supposed to do Lilamrita.
Okay, you can do Lilamrita.
Saturday Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sunday Lilamrita. But we change because today is the arrival of Srila Prabhupada in the Western world.
Okay.
So, you speak English, Nataji? Yes, yes. You speak English?
English and French.
Yeah.
English and French.
Or French also?
No, she speaks English.
Just English.
Yes.
Prabhu, she speaks English also.
Okay, so we can speak English. Yeah, but majority is English, so I speak English. So, yes. Maybe to start the arrival of Srila Prabhupada in Western world, in Boston, 17th September 1965, 60 years ago. We can start a little with preparation, just when he boards the Jaladuta. Just before reading a few pages here and there like that, what struck me maybe the most, so many things of course, but what struck me the most was like Prabhupada was alone and he was very humble in his mission. And yes, I will say compassion. No reason for it, like that. All devotees like that to go alone, compassionate, and very humble. So we can read. A week before his departure, on August 6, Bhaktivedanta Swami traveled to nearby Mayapur to visit the Samadhi of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. So, this concluded, you can say, all the preparation of his travel, both material and spiritual. Material, Srila Prabhupada had to struggle to get his papers, to get a ticket on the Jaladuta, to have, And spiritually, he struggled also to write and print the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 3 volumes. So that he would, I heard that before he went to America, in Vrindavan, he went to a gathering of his god brothers, and then he said, he presented the Srimad Bhagavatam, he just had printed in English first. And he asked his brother, this Bhagavatam is a saving grace for the world, so please, bless this printing, this production in English, first time, for the benefit of everyone. Bless this book. And then he said, and then please, can you bless the humble devotee who's going to carry this Srimad Bhagavatam? Appreciate. So that was the main thing, Srimad Bhagavatam, as it is written up there, the essence of all scriptures, describing Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is only an ultimate way to be free from problems, sufferings, and to have access to our real design, constitutional nature of being happy servant, happy loving servant of the Lord. So, yes, a week before his departure on August 6, Bhaktivedanta Swami traveled to nearby Mayapur to visit the Samadhi of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. This concludes all his preparations. Just like when we offer arti, we start, by spiritual master. He's the first one who gave us, Krishna, the spiritual master, and we assist him in by the mercy of Gaunitai to worship Krishna, Radha Krishna, Krishna Balaram. And then we do our tea, and then after we offer to Radha Krishna, Krishna Balaram, we offer to Gaunitai, and then we go back and finish with spiritual master. So same way, Prabhupada, 40 years something ago, he received, we could say out of the blue, Krishna and Krishna's service. The spiritual master, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada, as soon as he met him first time, a few seconds after, why don't you go and preach to America, to the English world, this message of Krishna consciousness, which is the first emergency. So 40 years later, that was the beginning. And 40 years later, he had prepared Srimad Bhagavatam. That's a way to worship Krishna, literally incarnation of Krishna. And he went back to Mayapur, to the Samadhi of his spiritual master, to get the final blessings. Then Bhaktivedanta Swami returned to Calcutta, and as the day of his departure approached, Bhaktivedanta Swami took stock of his meager possessions. He had only a suitcase, an umbrella, and a supply of dry cereal. He did not know what he would find to eat in America. Perhaps there would be only meat. If so, he was prepared to live on boiled potatoes and cereal. His main baggage, several trunks of his books, was being handled separately by Cynthia Cargo, 200 3-volume sets. The very thought of the books gave him confidence. So, Prabhupada comes back, nice, everything is ready since the beginning of the instruction of the spiritual master, the preparation, material preparation for the travel, preparation, spiritual preparation, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and chanting Hare Krishna, and getting the blessings of Sri Bhaktisiddhanta. Then, that's it. Just do it. So, yeah, he has nothing. He's alone. He has nothing. What's the use? You could say, yes, he's right. What's the use of planning so many things, making 3 days to prepare with my suitcase, as we do, all this, or maybe not that, or maybe I would change a bigger suitcase, or no, it's going to be too heavy, a smaller, and I bring this, and I don't bring that, or maybe I should buy it. No. His mission is so transcendental, and it's so out of this world, as we all know, alone and old and the whole world like that, whatever he has, suitcase, an umbrella, and dry cereal. No, very simple. Very simple. One who is fully surrendered to the Lord, and for such a mission, it's only full surrender. There is no material support or help or security or whatever. Just complete dependence on Krishna. So suitcase, umbrella, and dry cereal. And of course, several trunks and that was 200 3-volume sets. 200 3-volume sets. When the day came for him to leave, he needed that confidence of having these books. He was making a momentous break with his previous life. And he was dangerously old and not in strong health. He was going to an unknown and probably unwelcoming country. To be poor and unknown in India was one thing. Even in these Kali Yuga days, when Indian leaders were rejecting Vedic culture and imitating the West, it was still India. It was still the remnants of Vedic civilization. He had been able to see millionaires, governors, prime minister, simply by showing up at their doors and waiting. The sannyasi was respected. The Srimad Bhagavatam was respected. But in America, it would be different. He would be no one, a foreigner, and there was no tradition of sadhus, no temples, no free ashram. But when he thought of the books he was bringing, transcendental knowledge in English, he became confident. When he met someone in America, he would give him a flyer. Srimad Bhagavatam, India's message of peace and goodwill. It was August 13th, just a few days before Janmashtami, the appearance day of the anniversary of Lord Krishna. The next day would be his own 69th birthday. During these last years, he had been in Vrindavan for Janmashtami. Many Vrindavan residents would never live there. They were old and at peace in Vrindavan. Bhaktivedanta Swami was also concerned that he might die away from Vrindavan. That was why all the Vaishnava sadhus and widows had taken vows not to leave, even for Mathura, because to die in Vrindavan was the perfection of life. And the Hindu tradition was that the sannyasi should not cross the ocean and go to the land of the Mlechas. But beyond all that was the desire of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. And his desire was not different from that of Lord Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had predicted that the chanting of Hare Krishna would be known in every town and village of the world. Bhaktivedanta Swami took a taxi down to the Calcutta port. A few friends and admirers, along with his son Vrindavan De, accompanied him. He writes in his diary, "Today at 9 a.m., embarked on MV Jaladuta, came with me Bhagwati, the Dwarwan of Sindhya Shamsir, Mr. Sengupta, Mr. Ali, and Vrindavan." He was carrying a Bengali copy of Chaitanya Charitamrita, which he intended to read during the crossing. Somehow he would be able to cook on board, or if not, he could starve, whatever Krishna desired. He checked his essentials, passenger ticket, passport, visa, P-form, sponsor's address. Finally, it was happening. Quote, Srila Prabhupada, with what great difficulty I got out of the country. Some way or other, by Krishna's grace, I got out so I could spread the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. Otherwise, to remain in India, it was not possible. I wanted to start a movement in India, but it was not at all encouraged. The black cargo ship, small and weathered, was moored at dockside. A gangway leading from the dock to the ship's deck Indian merchant sailors curiously eyed the elderly saffron-dressed sadhu as he spoke the last words to his companions, and then left them and walked determinedly toward the boat. For thousands of years, Krishna Bhakti had been known only in India, not outside, except in twisted, faceless reports by foreigners. And the only Swamis to have reached America had been non-devotees, Mayavadi impersonalists. But now, Krishna was sending Bhaktivedanta Swami as his emissary. So, it's a story, an adventure. So, man, let's make it as little like that. I wrote a little poem describing Prabhupada's departure. Huh? Departure. So I'm gonna really, it's chanty. It's chanty. It needs a guitar, but you know the guitar. It's on the song Michael Rose about the show, you know. Michael Rose about the show. Hallelujah. Anyway, it's all it's in French, it's short. Tout comme le soleil quitte le ciel d'Orient pour sortir du sommeil les terres d'Occident. Il est parti un jour sans nulle cérémonie, le cœur brillant d'amour, tout seul et démuni. Il portait avec lui un clair rayon de lune pour dissiper la nuit et vaincre l'infortune. Lui seul auréolé de sa foi en son maître eut la sincérité d'obéir à la lettre. Mahaprabhu l'a dit, son nom triompherait, par lui sa prophétie devient réalité. Tout ce qu'il a touché de sa miséricorde, regardez-les danser, libérés de leurs cordes. Ô médecin de l'âme, manette éternelle, le plus dur de tes blâmes est plus doux que le miel. Moi je n'ai eu qu'à mettre ma vie entre tes mains, sans fin j'allais renaître, tel était mon destin. Toi tu as dû combattre pour sauver les damnés, sous l'œil du petit pâtre qui t'avait envoyé. Mais comme où que tu ailles, il te protégera, on t'a nommé Abai, Sharana Ladika. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Si vous pouvez l'imprimer comme ça, on pourra mieux. Moi, j'ai rien compris.
L'imprimer, oui, c'est
C'est imprimé dans mon livre. Then the journey to America, 10 September, Prabhupada left India, 30th of October, 10 September, Prabhupada, today the ship is flying very smoothly. I feel today better, but I am feeling separation from Sri Vrindavan and my lords, Sri Govinda, Gopinath, Radha Damodar. My only solace is Sri Chaitanya Lilamrita, in which I am tasting the nectarine of Lord Chaitanya's Lila. I have left Bharat Bhumi just to execute the order of Sri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, in pursuance of Lord Chaitanya's order. I have no qualification, but I've taken up the risk just to carry out the order of His divine grace. I depend fully on their mercy, so far away from Vrindavan. Jaladutta Diary, 10 September 1965. So we all know more or less what happened during this trouble. He left alone after a long preparation, very difficult, not encouraged by anyone, discouraged by almost everyone, not almost everybody, but he was encouraged by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta and all his predecessor acharyas, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction, Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Krishna. That was his strength and conviction, enthusiasm. And then the travel on the ship, an old person, old man, alone. He's alone. Nobody believes in what he's doing. Nobody is waiting for that either. He's alone, old, sick, heart attack 2 times, not knowing at all what's going to happen. But he is very strong. He is strong with Srimad Bhagavatam, Hare Krishna, and all these, Guru, Shastra, and Sadhus. He wrote one poem. I emphatically say to you on the Jaladutta, O brother, you will obtain your good fortune from the Supreme Lord Krishna only when Srimati Radharani becomes pleased with you. Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Thakur, who is very dear to Lord Gauranga, the son of Mother Shachi, is unparalleled in his service to the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. He is that great saintly spiritual master who bestows intense devotion to Krishna at different places throughout the world. By strong desires, the holy name of Lord Gauranga will spread throughout all the countries of the Western world. In all the cities, towns and villages on the earth, from all the oceans, seas, rivers and streams, everyone will chant the holy name of Krishna. As the vast mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu conquers all directions, a flood of transcendental ecstasy will certainly cover the land. When all the sinful, miserable living entities becomes happy, the Vaishnava's desire is then fulfilled. Although my Guru Maharaj ordered me to accomplish this mission, I am not worthy or fit to do it. I am very fallen and insignificant. Therefore, O Lord, now I am begging you for your mercy, so that I may become worthy, for you are the wisest and most experienced of all. Today, that remembrance of you came to me in a very nice way. Because I have a great longing, I call to you. I am your eternal servant, and therefore I desire your association so much. O Lord Krishna, except for you, there is no means of success. And Srila Prabhupada finally arrived in the Western world. This is today, the anniversary, 60 years ago. Not long, 60 years ago. Not very long. No, it's, anyway, not very long. So, as I say, what strikes me today is he's alone, he's very humble, and he has only his faith and compassion to do it, to do all that. So, yeah, the spiritual world is said to be 3/4 of the creation of God. 3/4. Anyway, it's much more than this material world. Full of planets, each one with the Lord presiding, and full with innumerable spirit soul, liberated souls, full of devotion and love for the Lord. This is the spiritual world. Eternal bliss, knowledge, the normal world. And then there is a cloud somewhere for those who want to experience independence and control, like the Lord. This is Earth. This is the material world. It's huge. It's unlimited planets also. Unlimited planets, although one-fourth, but it's unlimited number of planets and unlimited universes. It's just like mustard seeds in a bag. Universes, with all galaxies and unmeasurable. This is nothing, inconceivable greatness of God. Even the material world is unlimited. And then one universe immeasurable, unlimited numbers of planets, and on these planets, unlimited numbers of living entities or spirit soul who have nothing to do with matter, therefore they can be living in any material condition, unlimited numbers, and then, there is one planet, Earth planet. One, when we look at the sky in New Mayapur, at night, no pollution in the sky here, so it's very wonderful. It's unlimited, stars in the sky shining like that, the moon like that, and the Earth is there, and here we are, unlimited numbers of living entities, vegetables, trees, and moving, non-moving, and a few angels, devatas above us, part of it more or less. It's unlimited numbers. And then, this is year after year, centuries after centuries, millennium after millennium, so many are coming, and so many are going. So much. And on the 17th September, 1965, one spirit soul, one person, one from the spiritual world, one from within this material world, one from this universe, one within this planet, one in all time, one. Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami, is alone, and he is a messenger from Lord Krishna, who is a Bhagavata. This is Prabhupada, this is our Prabhupada. Such a special devotee of Lord Krishna, and such a special messenger for the material world, for all of us. So, after 35-day journey from Calcutta, the Jaladuta reached Boston's Commonwealth Pier at 5:30 a.m. on September 17, 1965. The ship was to stop briefly in Boston before proceeding to New York City. And among the first things Srila Prabhupada saw in America were the letters A and B painted on the pier front warehouse. The grey waterfront down reveals the ships in the harbor, a conglomeration of lobster stands and drab buildings, and rising in the distance the Boston skyline. So today in America, in Boston, devotees are gathered to celebrate this 60th anniversary of this arrival. Yeah. And I went there also for the 50th anniversary 10 years ago. It's very nice. It's really nice. Devotees, they rent a boat, a big boat. They rent a big boat, and all they all go on the boat, and there is Prabhupada deity on the boat, and the boat goes away from the Boston pier in the sea, and then turn back. And it's very emotional, you know, wow. We are back with, you know, Prabhupada 50 or 60 years ago arriving in the West. And now he's doing it, but he's accompanied with all, you know, devotees, you know. It's very, wow, far out. Like I was doing Guru Puja, and I was blowing the conch shell. I remember they do that also, you know, the boat, corn, you know, I said, wow, the conch shell, Prabhupada is arriving. Wow, this is, you know, the big thing of the material universe and this yoga, and, you know, Bhaktivedanta Swami is arriving. And devotees are blowing the conch shells, the ships, the same. And Prabhupada is there, you know, the boats, you know, the Vyasasans, the devotees are all around. You know, wow, Prabhupada is arriving, you know, celebrating that. That was really nice. Everybody was giving some, you know, appreciation on the boats like that, slowly. And I know that, you know, the followed story also that one devotee who became a sannyas, I don't remember his name, he was working on boats in Boston, like that. And he saw the Jaladutta arriving, and he saw this, you know, old man with his umbrella, or, you know, he saw from far, and oh, he was attracted like that. Yeah, he saw him. And some years later he joined, and you know, he became a sannyas. Anyway, different story. We don't know exactly what was going on. We can imagine a little. We have a few reports like that. But the thing is, yes, Prabhupada is arriving. So, we all know also, on one side, Srila Prabhupada was fully determined on the basis of instruction of his Guru Maharaj, Guru, and the sadhus from the past, and the Shastra, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction. He knows, yeah, this has to pass, it will go, it will pass, his prediction and this order. Maybe I am the one, maybe not, probably not. But I try. And we know that he arrived, he signed for 3 months visa. When he was asked, how long do you want to stay? You know, maybe, let's say 3 months. When is the next ship going back to Calcutta, he asked. Okay, all right. So, you know, he is fully determined, but he is also very humble and detached. I'm just, you know, a servant. My Lord, if you want to make me dance, but, you know, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. If you want to protect me, you know, anything can happen. If you don't want to protect me, nothing can succeed. So this is Prabhupada arriving, doesn't know, first time, anyway, we all know this, we can repeat it. First time outside of India, just coming from Vrindavan, and another culture, and no more his Indian or culture, if he's, you know, or comfortable, he knows. Now everything is new. Just like if we, I don't know, if I go today to you know, Argentina or Russia, you know, alone, I don't know exactly what we're going to do, you know. It's, you know. So he arrived like that. And we know he was dressed with his dhoti. I also went where he was living at this time. You know, he arrived in September. You know, summer is finished. And it's, you know, we feel, oh, now it's, you know, summer is finished now. And not yet cold, but, you know, okay. He arrives and it's going to be more and more cold. And he has his dhoti, he's dressed from India. In September, you know, it's very warm there. And we know he's going to go for a few days in like our place, you know, and then come back to this Swami, Dr. Mishra in New York. But soon the weather gets cold. And I went where Dr. Mishra's place, where he stayed for not long, maybe a few days or week maximum. But then he was a disturbance for the ashram, you know, and because he was preaching, you know, love of God, not impersonal merging or divine, no. So he was disturbance. But Dr. Mishra kindly gave him a shelter in an office he had. But the office was like 3, 4, 5 blocks from the ashram, and there was no shower in the office. There was no windows. I went there. I rang the bell, and the guardian, he came down. What do you want? My father used to work there, and he always told me it was. Can you let me in? You know, I just want to see his office. Oh, okay, go. So I went. It's a small room like this, you know. Small room, no windows, in the midst of the whole building.
This is Dr. Mishra's?
No, that was Dr. Mishra's one little office he had somewhere, apart from his ashram, which was like, I don't know, 5 blocks from this place. So during the winter, during this winter, that was where Prabhupada was staying, and he had to go from there to the ashram to take his shower.
5 blocks.
5 blocks. Wow. And this is one of the coldest winter it has been in New York. It was snow like anything. You never saw snow. Oh, I saw somebody painting everything in white, like that. Never saw snow, and you know, hyper cold, and wind, you know. And he had to walk with his dolly, you know. Phew, this is. I did it one time in 70. I don't know, probably 78 or 9. We went to India through Russia with Swami and Brahmachari Sankirtan. So we landed in Moscow. I remember that was for Gopaswami. So it was February, very cold. And you know, we went out on the tarmac outside. There was no driving anything. And we were all in dolly, you know, with tongues like that. And it was, you know, snow and wind. And we were, wow, we had to walk, you know. Prabhupada was like that. 70 years old, alone, and walking every day just to, you know, take his shower, wash, where are you going to hang it, how are you going to cook, what are you going to eat. I don't know, he would manage everything. We don't know. You know, it's you know, and so many stories after, you know, going from one place to another. Somebody broke into this small office, stole his typewriter and everything. You know, so he, you know, where I go, and one hippie, okay, you can come in my place, and he stayed with a hippie and his girlfriend, and put just a curtain in between, and then after he went to another place, the hippie chased him away, he was crazy. I went to this place also, in the Bowery. Yeah. Say, I rang the bell. You know, who is this? For you? Sankirtan, you know, well, it's like that.
Dis-toi, for you.
Who is this? It's for you.
For you.
It's for you. What? It's for you. Sometimes it works. It worked. Okay, I come down. She opened, you know. And here I was, you know, dolly like that. What is that? My father used to live in your apartment, you know, 50 years ago. And he always told me that. If you can please let me, you know, he was a monk, you know. Okay, go. So I remember, what was the name? No, anyway. He was a lady, he was an artist. I climbed this, you know, Bowery, very different. He was not very nice, but it was almost okay. Not bumps everywhere, but not nice. And, you know, all buildings, small stairs, 4 or 5 levels, you know, it's long when you forget to I forgot to buy matches. I went to the store and I bring back my apples. I thought, you have to come down and up, And then on the loft, it's a long thing like that. She was an artist also. I saw, Prabhupada was there with this crazy guy, shares the bathroom, sleep on the soap because he left it there. And then she became very interested. It was a monk. She did not know so much about the Hare Krishna. Okay. Come, she brought me to above the loft, on the roof. Come, you will see. I'm sure your father, he went there to meditate. So she had a little garden on the roof. You could see New York like that, And anyway, it was nice. Anyway, so that was Prabhupada, living alone for 1 year, like that. And he arrived, we celebrate his appearance. So of course, the main thing today, to celebrate, for us maybe, or usually, is to read what the poem that he wrote. When after the captain of the ship took him out of the ship, when they just arrived in the morning, 5 p.m., 5:30 a.m., they arrived. And the captain take him out, have a little look around Boston. And then Prabhupada had to pass through US immigration and customs in Boston. His villa allowed him a 3-month stay, and an official stamped it to indicate his expected date of departure. Captain Pandya invited Prabhupada to take a walk into Boston, where the captain intended to do some shopping. They walked across a footbridge into a busy commercial area with old churches, warehouses, office buildings, bars, laundry, bookshops, nightclubs, and restaurants. Prabhupada briefly observed the city, but the most significant thing about his short stay in Boston, aside from the fact that he had now set foot in America, was that at Commonwealth Pier, he wrote another Bengali poem entitled Markine Bhagavad Dharma, or Teaching Krishna Consciousness in America. Some of the verses he wrote on board the ship that day are as follows. Oh, it's not the complete. Maybe it's complete there. No, not there. Okay, so I'm going to read this verse. Oh yeah, I got it here. Yeah, the verse didn't appear today. But that was the verse, Tadara Jas Tamo Baba. Verse today, when one becomes acquainted with the message of Srimad Bhagavatam about Krishna consciousness, then the first effect is that Tado Rajas Tamo Baba, the influence of ignorance and passion start to decrease. Immediately it starts to decrease. Life becomes more stable, and you can envision gradually the beauty of the Hare Krishna mantra and the powerful and the charming Krishna, Radha Krishna and Vrindavan. So anyway, this is a poem. I just read the first Bengali verse. Baro Kripa Kaile Krishna Adamer Prati Ki Lajiya Nile Heta Koro Ebe Gati. Now the translation. So Prabhupada just arrived. A little tour in Boston, America, and then, my dear Lord Krishna, you are so kind upon this useless soul, but I don't know why you have brought me here. Now you can do whatever you like with me. But I guess that you have some business here. Otherwise, why would you bring me to this terrible place? Most of the population here is covered by the material modes of ignorance and passion. Absorbed in material life, they think themselves very happy and satisfied, and therefore they have no taste for the transcendental message of Vasudeva. I do not know how they will be able to understand it. But I know your causeless mercy can make everything possible because you are the most expert mystic. How will they understand the mellows of devotional service? O Lord, I am simply praying for your mercy so that I will be able to convince them about your message. All living entities have become under the control of the illusory energy by your will. And therefore, if you like, by your will, they can also be released from the clutches of illusion. I wish that you may deliver them. Therefore, if you so desire their deliverance, then only will they be able to understand your message. The words of Srimad Bhagavatam are your incarnation, and if a sober person repeatedly receives it with submissive oral reception, then you will be able to understand your message. It is said in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st canto, 2nd chapter, 17-21st. Quote, Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is a Paramatma in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. And by regularly hearing the Bhagavatam and rendering service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is practically destroyed, and loving service unto the glorious Lord, with praise, with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. At that time, loving service is established in the heart. The more the passions and ignorance, Raja and Tamas, and lust and desire disappear from the heart, then the devotee is established in goodness and he becomes completely happy. Thus established in this mode of goodness, the man rejuvenated by loving service to the Lord gains liberation from material association, mukti, and comes to know scientifically of the personality of Godhead. Thus, the knots in the heart is pierced, and all misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of fruitive actions karma is terminated when one sees the Supreme Self as Master. End of quote, Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada. He will become liberated from the influence of the mode of ignorance and passion, and thus all inauspicious things accumulated in the core of the heart will disappear. How will I make them understand this message of Krishna consciousness? I am very unfortunate, unqualified, and the most fallen. Therefore, I am seeking your benediction, so that I can convince them, for I am powerless to do so on my own. Somehow or other, O Lord, you have brought me here to speak about you. Now, my Lord, it is up to you to make me a success or failure as you like. O spiritual master of all the worlds, I can simply repeat your message. So if you like, you can make my power of speaking suitable for their understanding. Only by your causeless mercy will my words become pure. I am sure that when this transcendental message penetrates their hearts, they will certainly feel engladdened and thus become liberated from all unhappy conditions of life. O Lord, I am just like a puppet in your hands. So if you have brought me here to dance, then make me dance. Make me dance, O Lord. Make me dance as you like. I have no devotion, nor do I have any knowledge, but I have strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. I have been designated as Bhaktivedanta, and now, if you like, you can fulfill the real purport of Bhaktivedanta. Signed, the most unfortunate, insignificant beggar, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, on board the ship Jaladuta Commonwealth Pier, Boston, Massachusetts, USA, dated 18th of September 1965. Srila Prabhupada. So we could just finish on that, of course. Everybody is touched by these words of Srila Prabhupada, the end of his preparations, the beginning of his service. As I said, I was, to say something, I was struck by this loneliness and humility and compassion. Prabhupada starts this poem, "My dear Lord Krishna, you are so kind upon this useless soul." So I was looking at the deities this morning and thinking, wow, I learned that God is Krishna. Krishna is God, Supreme Krishna God. And here he is in his Ashamurti, in his form. This is such a great revelation in our life. And this is Prabhupada. Prabhupada, he gave us Krishna. He came to give Krishna to the whole world, not only to the Western, but in India. Nobody knew practically who was really Krishna in India, apart from a few sadhus who were soon to disappear in oblivion. There are a few old disciples somewhere, carried the whole Indian continent, losing his mission by imitation of the Western world soon. But Bhaktivedanta Swami, he came to bring Krishna. That's the only thing he gave, we could say. But with Krishna, we know, comes everything. All energies of Krishna, spiritual energy, material energy, all the sambandha. What are we doing in this world? What is our relationship? We are little, we are small. So what is our relationship with the big? With the others, with the world, with the universe, with beyond. What are we, this is what Prabhupada gave. What are you doing in this world? Before and after death. What's the goal? And second, Abhideya. He gave the process. Okay, I transmitted you this knowledge. You are parts and parcel of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And therefore, you are his servant. And you can share his blissful life of knowledge eternal by becoming his servant. Go back to Godhead. And now, I give you Abhideya, the process. By Lord Chaitanya's mercy, everything has become so compressed in the chanting of the holy name of God, the Mahamantra Hare Krishna, and the literary incarnation of Krishna when he left the Srimad Bhagavatam. When Lord Krishna left the world 5,000 years ago, Lord Chaitanya was not appeared yet. Mahamantra was unknown, but not as a Yuga Dharma. So nothing was left. Lord Chaitanya lived, and Dhamma Svadharma Pakate, Srimad Bhagavatam was the only representation of Krishna. Not representation, he is Krishna himself in a literary form, explaining everything about Krishna. His appearance, his pastimes, his form, his qualities, his pastimes, like that. So that was it. But how to take advantage of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita in Kali Yuga, that cannot work by itself. No. You need some, process. And the process Krishna gave, surrender to me, Sarvadharma Parityaja, was, submission doesn't work in Kali Yuga. Submission to authority. Too much resistance. So Lord Chaitanya came, gave the Mahamantra Hare Krishna. And now Srimad Bhagavatam was useful, could be used. Prabhupada came, he gave the process. Chant Hare Krishna and read Srimad Bhagavatam. Learn about Lord Krishna. And, surely it worked. And then he gave Abhideya, love of Krishna. Prabhupada was not only a philosopher giving knowledge, theologian. He was not only a sadhu who gave the process by his own example, an acharya, as he did, but he was also a lover of Lord Krishna. His whole being, his heart, main part of a living person, the heart, even the brain or intelligence is, even if you understand so many things, you are very intelligent, but you can be also unhappy with that. And indeed, we know, the intelligent person, they are not happy because the heart is void. So, intelligence has to be there to maintain the heart in a good condition. When the heart finds where is love, where is real love, where is eternal love, it's only unto Lord Krishna. And then he embraces everything and everybody. But unless we know the real object of love, Lord Krishna, and we avoid, ye atma suprasidati, only then we can be satisfied. And Srila Prabhupada, he gave that. He gave this loving devotional service. Devotional service is a process. Loving devotional service is a goal. Develop some attraction from the heart for Krishna, the form, pastimes, the entourage, and everything. And by knowing with intelligent, in a scientific way, who we are, what is our relationship with this material world, with sense gratification, with renunciation, with birth, death, and God, and then when we know, okay, we are convinced to practice. But what is the goal of practice? To love Krishna. Like Prabhupada said so many times here in New Mayapur. Here in New Mayapur, it's not difficult to love Krishna. You have Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam to understand who you are now. You have the process of Lord Chaitanya chanting Hare Krishna. And the sadhana, where you chant and you read and study Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. And surely, if you do that, you will develop love for Krishna. What a gift! Surely we will develop love for Krishna if we follow this process with full knowledge. So that was Prabhupada. And he said, you are so kind upon this useless soul. He said to him, how can you say that, I'm a useless soul, I'm totally unable to do anything, but you are very kind. Why? I wonder why Prabhupada said that, You are very kind. And I think, because because when Krishna, our spiritual one, gives us a service, then we start to, life starts. Knowledge is one thing. You feel, okay, relief from ignorance. But now we have to live. And what to do? Okay, I'm not this body, I am part of the divine. The divine is a person. But what am I supposed to do now? Then you receive a service. Guru and Krishna, you are so kind. You are giving me now life, a service. That's how I understand. You are so kind, my dear Lord Krishna, upon this useless soul. But I don't know why you have brought me here, and now you can do whatever you like with me. So this humility, Prabhupada, it's not just words that he wrote, that he really expressed. He's alone, he doesn't have anybody to impress. Probably nobody will read this. Anyway. So he's alone with Krishna. He recites to Krishna, heart to, face to face with Krishna. Yeah, but I guess you have some business here. Otherwise, why would you bring me to this terrible place? He heard about it, but now he saw it. He had a few hours in Boston with Captain Pandya. He saw it. Wow, not a trace of Vaishnav culture. Not a trace, an old church here and there, but, it's closed anyway. And everywhere, people running after money, not once again to ask, Atato Brahma Jigyasa, or maybe they ask, but very quickly, boom, it's finished. Huh? I thought, oh, who am I? You know, ask the question, what's the goal of life? Anyway, you know, America, Western world, India following that, rat race, everybody running, you know, for more and more, and passion and ignorance, you know, everywhere, you know, lack of respect, human relationships are disappearing, not to speak animal respect, you know, killing animals like anything, destroying nature, and in the towns, the fortress of Kali Yuga is there, you know, drinking, intoxication, smoking, intoxication, illicit sex like anything, no rules. It's all suffering ahead, and ending with leaders of society building with the hard-earned money of all the poor, ignorant citizens, building weapons more and more and more, up to nuclear weapons. This is, you know, the prediction of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Kali Yuga. This is Prabhupada felt and saw. So he says, you know, terrible place. Most of the population is covered by the material ignorance and passion, absorbed in material life. They think themselves very happy and satisfied. Yes, in the street, everybody is happy and satisfied, of course. You know, I always said, you know, when you go in the house of the doctor, and you see, you know, they tell you, oh, you know, my problem, my son's problem, my wife's problem, my husband's problem, my this, my that, my money problem. You know, I saw that, you know, okay. But in the street, everybody looks happy, satisfied, or if they are not, I can make it, I'm sure I will make it. Yeah. They have no taste for the transcendental message of Vasudeva. Drinking, you know, I'm a monk, I'm distributing. No time, no taste, no interest. How they will be able to understand it? And when Prabhupada said how they will be able to understand it, then many verses he write, you know, it's impossible. They will kick me out. You know, as soon as I start speaking about, you know, calm down the race for sense gratification, no more sinful activities, bringing sufferings, and here about, you know, serving God in a happy way, they will kick me out, go away. It will not work. You know, so he honestly and realistically, very realistic, you know, it will not work. You know, he had faith in the order of his spiritual master. He had faith in the holy name, yes, but maybe after the first tour in Boston, his hope became really diminished. You know, okay, I am here now, and he's power. How will they understand the mellows of devotional service? Not only the science, but the mellows, the sweet mellows means the sweet feelings, you know, the charming, you know, like that, you know. And then they're completely under Maya, and you know, we know as devotees, or you know, Maya, you know, it's impossible to. Maya is not a choice. It's imposed upon us because of our choice of becoming separated from Krishna. Then we have to follow. And then you cannot get out of Maya clutches. Stringent laws of material nature. No. Birth, death, old age, disease, karma, you can't avoid. Lust, anger, you can stop them. And once you put your finger in it, you are caught. It has to come out somehow other. So, yes, always be relieved from illusion, Prabhupada says. You know, please, you should deliver them. You put them under Maya, you can take them out of Maya. It's not an accusation, you will feel that. No, you put them because they ask you for that. Please, let me go away from your, you know, mellows of devotional service, from this spiritual world, eternal happy. Please let me go, I want to try to be separated from that. Okay, so I put you under the laws of individual responsibility towards something impossible to achieve. happiness by, sense gratification separated from me, from the happy. So, Prabhupada, he knows it's impossible, but only Krishna is the master of Maya. Only he, as he said, you're the spiritual master of the whole world. Only he can order Maya to, release it. And then, I am very unfortunate, unqualified, the most fallen. Therefore, I am seeking your benediction. So I can convince them, for I am powerless to do so on my own. And of course, we know, this is the secret of being successful in following this process of chanting Hare Krishna for purification, release from passion, ignorance, and being thus able to have access to the mellows of loving devotional service. But we are powerless, only by Lord Chaitanya Guru and Gauranga's mercy, and we can do that. And then Prabhupada, say again, you can make me a success or failure. It's you, and again, verses after verses, you can, Prabhupada really did not say, I'm going to try, I'm going to do, no, never, nothing. And I'm totally unable to do what you ask me. It's only by your strength, by your mercy of your representative, my spiritual master, only. No trace of ego, tendency to being able to control, to do something, fully absorbed in I am the servant of the Lord. And just, Nimitta Macha Tavyasavya Sachin. You can be only an instrument in my hand. Oh, Arjuna, Krishna said, can only be an instrument. I am the supreme controller. I am the proprietor. I am the enjoyer. I am the friend. My plan is the only one good, and my plan is completely good. And you can be instrument in my plan. Your plans are good for a few people, a few hours or a few years, but everything will be a failure in this material world. No good or bad in this material world. Everything bad, because it's separated from Krishna. So, there is no good. If you do good in this world, the only real result is that will bind you to further lifetimes with good karma for a certain time, and then go down to, working again your fate. So there is no good in this material world, just bound. So Prabhupada said, I'm powerless, you can do it, Krishna. And this is how Prabhupada succeeded, his arrival in the Western world. Because he felt totally humble, Trinadapi Sunichena. He did not. Why was he humble? Because he understood he was completely powerless. That's what he said to Harivilas in Paris. Harivilas asked, what it means to be humble? Prabhupada answered, same mood. When you are fully conscious that your family, your husband, your wife, your children, your bank balance, nothing can protect you, nothing can save you. Your country, your money, your knowledge, your control, nothing can protect you, only Krishna. Then that is humility. So this is very striking, I feel, in this poem. Many other things can be taken out of this poem, of course, but it's unlimited higher levels, but powerless by oneself, and everything is possible by Krishna's mercy. I have no devotion, the end. I have no devotion, nor do I have any knowledge. Yes, devotee, the more he advances, the more he gets free by Krishna's mercy from passion and ignorance. Then he arrives at the door of devotion, and then he sees that, oh, I have no devotion. When you are not yet at the door of devotion, you can maybe, maybe you have some devotion. It's a little hidden, but it will come. But the more you become free from passion and ignorance, and you arrive at the door and my heart is empty. I have no devotion. I have no urge to serve, to love Krishna or my spiritual master. I have no devotion. Wow. But I have some hope because they told me, yes, you can do it. And we will help you. And this is your nature. So, hoping against hope, that's the fate of aspiring devotee for loving Krishna. This is very nice. But Prabhupada said, I have no devotion. That means, if he could say that, I mean, he was completely free from material influences. You know, a devotee, even Srimati Radharani, I have no devotion. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I have no devotion. It's so beautiful, devotion. Love is so beautiful, and Lord Krishna is so wonderful that, you know, how can I not love him more? You know? Okay. Nor do I have any knowledge, he says. No. Knowledge, you know, if you have no love, I mean, you have no knowledge. Knowledge means love of Krishna. Otherwise, all the other, you know, even Vaishnava knowledge, if it doesn't end with love, it's useless at the end. Yeah. So, and then he said, but I have strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. Yes, that he had. The strong faith in the name of Krishna that he received from his spiritual master, from the Parampara, and from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who contain everything. The name of Krishna contains the whole Srimad Bhagavatam and gives access to all the details given about Lord Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam. So I have strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. Faith, that's what we have, faith. And it is not crazy to have only faith, you know, because, of course, in life, everybody believes that, you know, if I do that, I believe it will work. But it's just a belief, because on material level, it's all uncertain, and it's all relative. You believe, it may work, it may not work, but ultimately, it will not work. Faith is different. Faith is not a belief coming from the body, from the mind, or from intelligence. It's a seed of love for God, from the soul. You cannot take that away. It is there. And when it awakens, Bhaktivedanta Beach, this faith, oh, this is transcendental nature of the soul. And as he said, I have strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. And then he finished, I have been designated as Bhaktivedanta. And now, if you like, you can fulfill the real purport of Bhaktivedanta. Vedanta, the real knowledge, the end of transcendental knowledge, which is devotion to Krishna, and bhakti with love. You know. So Bhaktivedanta means Prabhupada, you know. Yes. Signs the most unfortunate and significant beggar, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, on board the ship Chattanooga, Commonwealth Pier, Boston, Massachusetts, USA, dated 18th September 1965. He was now in America. Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you.